Welcome to First Talk, where we simplify super. My name's Andy, and today we're joined by Daniela and Jason from the Financial Advice Team. And we're going to be talking about the income test, which is the second assessment that Centrelink applies when someone is applying for the age pension. So Jason, can you just explain to us a little bit more, what is the income test and what does it entail?
Yep, so the income test is, there's an upper and a lower limit that Centrelink impose, and if you're in between or under that lower limit, you will get some age pension entitlement. If you're above that upper limit, they cut you off and won't give you anything. Centrelink don't let anything fall through the cracks. They look at everything in terms of your income, so anything from your personal exertion, so any wages that you earn, any rent that you earn as well. But then with your financial assets, so your things like your super and your shares and your bank account, they'll also deem a rate of return on that they'll count towards the income test. So it is everything, and if you are married or coupled or partnered, they will count your partner's income as well.
Yeah, just an important note, I guess, with the younger partner or partner in general, they will look at you as a couple. So even though one person might be eligible for the age pension and the other one is younger, still working, Centrelink will take into consideration the other person's income as well.
Right. So to your point, that's very important, where the other partner's doing casual part-time work, their income comes into equation even if they're off the age pension age. So going back to this thing called deeming though, Danielle, can you explain a little bit more about deeming and how it works?
Yeah, sure. So deeming is pretty much a set of rules that Centrelink applies to your assets to identify what kind of income you would have earned from it. It's a particular amount of, it's a particular rate that they apply to. So it doesn't matter how it's actually performing in real life. They will assume that your assets are performing at X amount of a rate, which is sometimes adjustable, and they will deem that this is your income that you would draw from that assets.
And when we're talking about assets, we're talking about financial assets, so we're talking about the bank account, the superannuation, the shares, and everything of that nature. And if we go back to super, a lot of our members do ask the question around, well, if I start this account-based income stream and I'm taking that amount out of my super, is that income as far as Centrelink's concerned?
So it doesn't matter how much you're actually drawing. The deeming rate was applied to the amount that you already had in that product. Yeah.
Right.
I suppose probably the only thing, the rules did change in 2015. So if you were on the age pension and had an account-based pension before then, just double check for that as well.
Very good point, very good point. Okay, so when it comes to the income, they look at all your financial assets and they apply this deeming rate. And if your partner's working, they're going to take their wages into consideration as well. But there's something called the work bonus. Can you clarify, Jason, how that works?
Yeah, sure. I guess the work bonus is an incentive from the government to allow people to continue to work. Basically, what they will say is the first $300 a fortnight of your personal wage, so your exertion, your wage, is not counted as income. Okay, and that does bank over the course of a year as well. So if you're not working, that $300 accumulates and allows you to earn more over a shorter period.
Okay, excellent. And for some of our members then, after they've gone through the asset test and the income test, they're not eligible for the age pension for whatever reason. What are the options they may be able to?
Yeah, so the Commonwealth Seniors Healthcare Card is an option where, all right, I'm not getting any monetary or dollar payment, but I still want some concessions, or I'm still eligible for some concessions. So the Commonwealth Seniors Healthcare Card basically just looks at your income, so same rules, same deeming, returns and everything like that. And if you're under the threshold for that, which is quite high, they'll give you the card, and that'll get you, your cheaper utilities and medicines and a few of those other benefits that you would normally get as a pensioner.
All right, excellent. So there's an option for our members who are not eligible for the age pension. This Commonwealth Seniors Health Card, it's income-based, but it gives you some discounts on the medications and health expenses as well, which is good news in that respect. Thanks for explaining the work bonus, but you actually were dealing with some members that actually utilise that actual opportunity. Can you explain more?
Yeah, so I had a retired couple who were both of pension age. They were in their caravan doing the grey nomad, travelling around Australia, and through their travels they were able to have some opportunities to do a bit of work, so just cleaning caravan parks and doing that sort of thing, and earn a few $100s a week. So because that $300 a fortnight accumulated and they weren't working for a period of time, they were able to earn over and above that get that little bit of income, but it wasn't affecting their age pension. And so they got that information through their MyGov, were able to get a little bit of extra spending money to do a few other little niceties around their travels.
Excellent, excellent. Good news for our members. So today we've been talking about the income test. It's the second part of Centrelink's assessment. And as Daniela said, it's based on your financial assets and there's a deeming rate that's applied to it. So the key part there is some of our members ask whether they should take their money out of super and put it in their bank account. Centrelink don't care. Whether it sits in your bank account or super, they're applying this deeming rate to it all. And the thing to remember with superannuation and drawing down against this account-based pension is that it's tax-free income as far as the ATO is concerned in that respect. So again, if you're wanting to just find out a little bit more about the income tests, on our web pages there's plenty of more information. You can also go to Centrelink. They've got some good information about the income test and some examples there. And if you're trying to ascertain what you should do in trying to maximise your age pension, then please contact the financial advice team. We'd be more than happy to help you out in that regards. So until next time, take care.